Hello everyone, welcome to our All Signs Health reading. Dividing all of you up in your pick a charm instead of pick a card this time around. Or you might be drawn to the area. So you can see here we're using the health chart. If you're drawn to charm number 1, my little friendly crab here, they did place the charm in the upper region. So I would say if it's a physical health, inquiry or interest that you have right now, it would be like shoulders, neck, head, or it could be your mindset, your mind space, or your belief system. So anything in that region. If you're drawn to charm number 2, the angel wing, physical, this is your shoulders, like torso region, shoulders through to waist, so arms, hands, back, obviously all the organs in that region as well, or emotions. So your emotional health, maybe even your spiritual health. And then if you're drawn to the last charm here, the peace and love, the sort of buckle, if you will, it's in the lower half here. So anything waist down from a physical nature. In terms of other kind of nature would be like your sense of stability, foundation, being grounded, being centered. Maybe you're struggling with self-identity as well, as they mentioned, like your roots. So you would be down here in this group. So a little bit of an explanation. I do timestamp, so you can just jump to your group once you time in. I'm an organic reader, for those of you who know, so you will see me just change up between groups. I don't pause the video. So if you need more time to tune in to one of these 3 charms, feel free to do so now. Otherwise, I'll start to kind of change up and get ready for group number 1 here with with the crab. Not sure why I went to say lobster there. And I just want to note that, interesting enough, I did have a little mini injury here with a cardboard cut right before doing a health signs reading. So maybe I'm here in group number 2 with maybe some caution around, my digits at this time. So with that, I'm going to start with group number 1 here, and I'll see all of you in whichever group you tuned into. Okay. So group 1, you were tuned into our little crab friend here. I don't know why I'm struggling with mentioning that's a crab. So what we're going to do is we'll start with the charms, we'll complement with cards, and then we're going to have one singular message here that I'll pair with the crab. I will bring the crab over here, and we'll kind of pair a message there together. So let's start with the charms. And I am going to note that the dove came flying out of the bowl there. Came soaring out of the bowl, so we'll add that to the crab and see why. Interesting start here, group number 1, to the collective reading today regarding our health. I'm just going to pause here. They seem to be digging. I was rambling on, so they smacked my hand a little bit there. They may have seen it bob up and down. Maybe that's what you've been experiencing lately. Have you been distracted or purposefully self-distracting? Sometimes we'll put things off, right? Procrastination. We're just not in the mood, rather do something that we feel will be more happy for us. I guess they're waiting for me to move forward to drop this one. I can feel them holding on to it. There we go. Okay. So let me get into your charm cleanup here. Interesting combo here, right? The dove, the cross, and the heart. Nice little pairing. Trio. Okay, what did they want up here? Up here, and this is away. Okay, and then we'll bring our crab over. we'll dig into the cards. It takes a little time here to set this all up and get your messages. It's all about tuning in to your energies, kind of fresh group. The cards are all nicely energetically ready for you. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Not sure, I got really quiet there for a second. It's like I got shy. I started to speak under my breath. Kind of an internal dialogue, but outside, so it's a soliloquy, something kind of off to the side. If I remember my Shakespeare lessons in English class correctly, or even just the English language, the definitions of the English language. Okay, maybe we'll just move the bowl. Okay. All right, so group 1, health. Interested in whatever is on your mind or interested in knowing. I'm going to start with your chosen charm, what you tuned into here, which is my little friendly crab. A little bit of an influencer as well. This is my charm about, someone whispering in your ear or an internal thought, which is interesting because before I came in to do this reading, I indulged myself. I'm not going to say the brand because I'm not sponsored, but they're marshmallow, fruit-filled, chocolate-covered cookies. And I opened a fresh package and they come in like a plastic tray. And I just indulged myself. I ate one whole row. So, I influenced myself to lean into my chocolate craving this morning. So it could be something like that. But that's sort of what it means. Sort of this little influence, someone whispering in your ear or something happening here. So we'll see what's going on. And it came with, those of you who hung out with me as we got everything together, the dove came flying out of the bowl first. I was getting the handful still, and the bird kind of flew out there. Wings wide open. This is all about hope, trust in self, belief, confidence, embracing the future, right? Having a more positive outlook as I tune into the upper region, the headspace, which is where the charm was residing. So let's see what your collective kind of common thread that groups us all together in this group. Oh, look at that, trust your innocence. Look at that beautiful white pairing here. Look at the kind of shape as well, even with the hair. Kind of mimics the shape of the dove here. So trust in self, build that confidence up, your self-belief in the headspace. Put aside those little influences. I was talking about maybe distracting yourself or purposely distracting yourself. I didn't need to grab some cookies before coming to read, but I did. Took an extra 15-20 minutes to dig into my indulgence, treat myself a little bit, which is kind of youthful playfulness, right? Innocence, just something I love, enjoy. Kind of get me in this more attuned, positive space. Now look what they're showing here above your crown is the star, right? And the purple hues of you connecting in with your intuitive abilities. Wow, losing my voice again, guys. So you are struggling with this kind of self-esteem, maybe self-confidence, belief system right now. But trust that you have a guiding star, right? Your heart, your soul energy is not going to let you down. So maybe you need to just kind of let things go a bit. Maybe this is the hang up. Try not to control and influence what's happening around you right now. You just need to ride the waves. An example is right now at my work. We're going through some change. There's some kind of lack of insight of what that change is going to bring. But I'm just going each day, just approaching each day as like, here's the fresh morning, here's the next day. Let's see what new information I get, or let's see what the next change is. But I'm not trying to influence, question, control, suggest. I'm just seeing where it goes. Like a trusting child, right? The innocence. I'm just kind of seeing how the matters kind of shake out. Okay, so let's see where they want me to start here. I'm going to come over here to your golden ring, or your brass ring, however you want to read it. It's kind of in the two tones there. So it's on the tile. What does your body need from you right now? And it is sitting on the purple hue of intuition. So in addition to kind of building up your center of self, trust in self, I feel like this is a message of, you know your body best, right? Only you can feel what you're feeling. Only you know the history of, when you feel lighter, heavier, how you've recovered before, right? Dietary changes and how that our system responds to it. So there's this request right now for you to kind of tune in and truly listen to what your body's telling you. And you've got this golden ring, this brass ring. So this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to move forward, or an opportunity to recognize an achievement. Maybe you haven't actually taken a pause to recognize the gains you've made. So maybe you've kind of noticed clothes fitting a little looser. You think, oh, it's just today. But if you were to actually like step on a scale or check how all your clothes are fitting you, you'll realize like, oh no, I did kind of shed some pounds. Or if you are on like a fitness regime, like take a moment, just pause. Could also be like a pushing yourself too quickly into an activity for the season, getting geared up, hitting the ice rinks with your skates on a little too quickly. You haven't stretched your body out. There's this kind of like golden opportunity that's coming with like a recurring cycle. So there's something happening this season, but they want you to be prepared, right? They don't want the little injury here that I have. So listen to your body. Make sure you're not pushing yourself too quickly with anticipation, excitement. Let's see what it's connected to here. Oh, funny enough, interesting enough, the way the blade's shaped, you could kind of read a set of skis, right? Snow skis in our hand, the way we hold them upright, or the sticks, the bottom of the sticks, the pick with the round circle, the handle right now would be upside down, but sort of another seasonal cue to sort of activities that you might pick up this season, that you might enjoy. Maybe this time of year you're just busier as well. Maybe it's just like events as they pull me into the headdress. So hosting, being part of that crew that sets up, dismantles. So again, just paying attention to what your body's telling you here. They're pulling me into her, I guess, kimono-like robe. Overgowned here. Maybe you're not layering up enough right now, so be wary of like catching a chill, or encouragement to just, because there's like the shirt, the high collar, and then this kind of heavier outer coat. So if you can, and you've got kind of like this crosswind, if you were to think of weather, winter weather, so kind of the blue, light blue hues here. So just caution about like catching a chill, right? Because you don't want to be down and out with the flu, which kind of the red tired eyes here would speak to, kind of the flushed cheeks. So it might be, time for you to start acclimatizing, or making sure you have the proper layers on here. Maybe you learned from last year, maybe you were down and out for longer than you needed to be. So avoid it this year, right? Or maybe you got like, some frostbite on the digits, or sort of the red face, right? Make sure you got your goggles this season. What do you need to pick up, prepare for? Okay. I'm going to come to the middle here with this butterfly. It says, focus on lower body, and it is in a deeper green, so we're going to go into a more of a maybe physical health space here. And we have my whimsical butterfly, or coming back to that innocence, that youthful playfulness and innocence. This could be like bouncing back after recovery. Maybe you had surgery recently on sort of the lower half of your body. Maybe you sprained an ankle, stubbed a toe. Maybe you're just breaking in the shoes for the season even. On Friday, yesterday, a colleague was breaking in a new set of boots, right? So your feet need to adjust to that. But there's like this playfulness attributed to it. So if it is a new set of boots, it's just like your new fashion, your new wardrobe for the season, or maybe it's the gear you're trying on. But you also need to be alert, right? You can't be kind of fluttering around and fluttering off in sort of this whimsical nature that they're showing me here on the wings. So it could just be like, sometimes we're talking, we just twist and turn to head in a different direction. We don't really look first with our to make sure our path is clear. So maybe just be careful of any like sudden and quick movements. Oh, look at the rope around your ankles. Yeah, lower body. So there's a concern here of maybe a trip up, a stumble. See how he's kind of looking one direction, trying to follow his playful rabbit here, but he's walked into the noose, right? He's stepped into something. This could be like missing a step. I do it often. I kind of stumble off the curb, and that 1 inch, 1.5 inches is enough to, possibly sprain the ankle. So could also be a watch out for ice as well as we head into this new season. So be careful there. Or it could be a pet as they draw me back into the rabbit here. So there could be some new playful energy around you, or like a younger children around you. And then maybe they're kind of tripping you up a bit as they scurry around, as I was mentioning with the butterfly, to kind of look before you suddenly turn around for those kind of shorter, smaller beings around us, right? So draw me up here to the bowl and kind of the firefly lights here. But it seems more like steam, so maybe it's also a watch out of like, a hot cup of coffee, hot. It's a season for hot food and drinks, so being careful of like spillage as well. Maybe that's why they're kind of running in and up to you, and maybe they knock you. For breakfast this morning, I made bacon, and after kind of giving my dog his nibbles of some bacon, he came flying up to me and slammed into the back of my leg, right, making my knee buckle. Did not expect that. It's not usually how he reacts, but he was just excited and he wanted more. So just be careful of anything like that. But they are concerned here, sort of this lower half of the body. So there might be some playful distraction around you, or you're kind of being playful and very good spirits and not kind of looking where you're going. I'm going to come up top, sort of where we started, where you were drawn to in the beginning, whether it was the charm or the area. So we have on headaches here, we have the blue hue, which is also emotional level, sort of your mindset, where your headspace is at. And we have headaches and sleep issues. And we have the watermelon here, which is sort of seeds that have been planted, but in this case, these are thoughts. So these are thoughts that are being revisited by you, that are recurring, that is causing, or is this a contributing factor to your headaches and lack of sleep at this time. These are items that are concerning us, give us a bit of anxiety, but you seem to have multiple right now. So quite a few things on your mind that you're thinking about, maybe concerned about, maybe have to kind of worry about at this time. So we'll see what kind of solution is here, because they were saying slice of life. So I don't know what they're kind of meaning there with the slice of life. I don't know if that's like the scale, like you're really zeroed in on sort of these few issues, and you're not kind of looking at the broader scale, like the full watermelon here. Or maybe you're feeling like you're missing out on, enjoying little moments in life because you're being held back by sleep, like being tired, or like headaches and migraines doesn't make you want to socialize. So maybe it's sort of that missing out, unfortunately feeling like you just don't want to participate, and it's due to these items weighing on your mind. And then down here in this space, we have my wolf. It's sitting more so on the side here, which is words need to be said. Throat chakra, again, a dark blue. You saw that I just cleared my throat, but the wolf is all about needing that release. So making sure your voice is being heard, your needs are being met, your barriers are being communicated, either just out loud, so that you're kind of going through your thoughts, right? You're working forward with a confidant, a trusted advisor, or directly with whomever this relates to. But you're holding a lot in, and just kind of pondering and thinking through them again and again and again doesn't really work through. So you need to communicate. So vocally, like orally, written word that is then destroyed or provided, right, to the professional support care helper. But there's like conversation here. You need to talk more. I just feel like I feel like you keep a lot in. You keep a lot in, and that's a lot of weight on the emotional headspace, but also like the brain, right? There's a lot of energy you're containing within, and you're not sharing. You're not just having conversation. It's okay to have those discussions where you're just kind of venting with that confident, right? And kind of thinking things through. Sharing things, even for the case of sharing, or inviting that feedback and thoughts. So try to communicate a little bit more, this group 1. Okay, the Empress. Just trust, just trust on sort of the helpful, supportive energy you'll receive back, right? You're surrounded here with the intuitive nature of advice. You got some soft, gentle oranges here, which is creativity and solutions. But then you have a lot of love, and it's just vibrating around you, right? Draw it in to counteract the balance here and the peace of mind you're getting. See how your headdress here is kind of hugging your head in beautiful clarity with all the stars here on the fabric, but it's like a light fabric, right? It's often like a sheer light fabric. So the weight that's lifted off your headspace also results to lift off your heart space. But there's just a trust that there's people around you that you can communicate with. Share what's going on during your day. Maybe you just feel like you can't even talk about how your day went today. Not all of us have daily check-ins with people, but there's definitely encouragement to start reaching out and start sharing. Okay, so we'll come down to this kind of final group here, this duo in charms and duo in cards. So we have faith and love, sort of peace and hope, which is a similar message to the last charm. So maybe you want to join group 3 for what it's worth. I don't know if you're drawn to it. So it's sitting on how you feel now and how you can change. So we've got some love and belief in self. We're kind of coming back up here. So maybe you're struggling right now with an area of self-esteem. This could also be self-identity. Maybe that's one of the anxieties that you keep revisiting, pondering. So these are who am I today in terms of self-identity. So this is you reflecting back to the outcomes of past relationships and trying to deflect things on yourself. You know, who was I at that time? But it's who are you today, and love kind of the person that you are today. We all evolve forward. You know, we're not all perfect in every relationship, in every situation. You know, there's a lot of life to live, so we're all bound to put our foot in our mouth or be the lesser stable or enjoyable person in a connection, right? We all play different roles. So let's see here. Judgment and the Knight of Wands. I feel like there's this nervousness, like you want to explore again, you want to try again, but you're so scared, right? Because you're looking out at, well, you know, this happened this time, and I only got so far when I tried this route. But in all areas, you know, this could be a connection, this could be professional growth. So there's like this innate internal kind of self-doubt that gets triggered. And resonating above you is that trust, right? That belief in self, that confidence. Retain who you are today, you know, not, you know, these are all lessons learned, not marks on who you are, right? It's just experiences lived. Now, I don't usually notice the little, I believe this is a goat, kind of hidden here. Maybe that's the billy goat under the bridge, right? But they're kind of sitting in the bush here, watching quite a character. So either there's someone that you have their attention already. That's really how I'm reading it first. Or there's someone a bit wild around you, and that's why they attract your attention, you know, so they could be boisterous, really outgoing. They might have like a loud laugh. They might be of high energy. So it's one or the other. Either someone's peering and has been watching you and who you are today, or you're kind of watching this other kind of strong energy here. But either way, there's this connection that's about to happen. As you can see, there's still the watching, so it's not happening in November or until our next check-in here health-wise, but there's this beautifulness about this curiosity that's kind of blossoming here, the flowers and the bush here. So it's encouraged, this interest, this curiosity. It's helping you to kind of leap forward here, to head forward into the Fool card, to take a leap of faith and try again, go after it again. So like I said, this could be like a manager seeing your new energy all of a sudden and you're piquing their interest again for a promotion that you've been vying for, trying after. Or this is a connection. This is a cool friendship coming in, a nice bond, a nice relationship where the two of you there's energy here that you can't dispute, which is making you curious and interested, which is quite nice. So believe in that, right? It's getting your heart to kind of wake up a little bit here, which I like. So Let's get your passion reignited. Okay, so group 1, maybe distracting yourselves a little bit. Lots of thoughts you're revisiting and working on building that beautiful self-esteem and confidence and belief in self. Okay, just taking those notes for your notes below. All right. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for joining for your health reading check-in. I'll see you at the next one, or I'll see you in group 3 if you were interested, because of this pairing that I'm seeing being copied over in group 3. I'm just going to go ahead and clean up and get ready for connecting in here with group number 2. Going to the middle of the body, some emotional health, heart health, maybe struggling with soul purpose, passion, something that either lights up or dims the heart center. And we had the angel wing. Okay. Fix the camera because I don't know how it's probably just how I put the cards. All right, so hello group 2, welcome. We're gonna dive in here into your reading now. You were drawn to the angel wing, or perhaps to the middle kind of area here of the grid, or as I said in the intro, kind of the body or emotional center, the heart center. So we'll go ahead and get in here, and we'll see what the charms are gonna help guide the conversation on our personal check-in here. Emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, financial, anything health. Relationship health. We'll see what the topics are. Very right-sided here in terms of the tiles, and I'm feeling movement again. So I don't know if you're heavily right-brained right now. Oh, they're making my thumb tremble here. What are they digging for? The dolphin. Okay. What's right-brained? That's logical, right? Logical, analytical. Nope, I don't want that one. Right-brained. Something there about right side, right side. Or maybe you're dealing with a right side affliction. Maybe you hurt your right hand and you write with your right hand, so you feel a bit limited right now, or you feel just awkward having to do things left-handed dominant. Could be something like that. I guess we'll see here. I'm going to do my best to remember which cards they want with which charms, just because of the way they're grouped over here. Oh, we want to make sure they're on camera as well. It's okay, I'm going to be moving the... There we go. That's probably better. And we'll get the kind of connecting message here, the common thread, sort of a more singular, focused message for me, so I know what I'm tuning into and how that pairs with the charm you chose, angel wing. Okay. Group 2. Your charm that you tuned into was my angel wing here. This is a yes. So any of you that came into this reading wondering something, like you already had sort of a yes/no question in mind, concerned in mind, perhaps an inkling, as we say, right? An intuitive inkling. So we have a yes and a supportive yes as well from your angels here, your guardian angels. So it could be a decision you're making regarding your health that they're supporting with encouragement here. So some nice, bright, happy encouragement, positivity kicking us off. 2222. I guess that's an angel number because they've made me state it that way and read it that way to you. So I'll drop it in the notes below. I'll just take a quick note now as you tune into this card, but I'm just going to put angel number 22. So we have crystal keys. We know that, or we knew just from the intro, with being in the torso, it'd be an emotional heart kind of space. And we definitely have those beautiful color hues chosen in this card, the blues and the pinks, and the purples and the reds. So we're definitely in that space. Let's see here, what's commonality here? So they're pulling me up to the two fishes here. These two little fishies. Kind of dancing around each other. Are you all dancing around an issue? Dancing around that choice, right? Because the angels were saying yes if you're trying to move forward with the choice. Or you're in the early stages of like a flirty kind of dance of love here. So you might be flirting with a career change, a lifestyle change, or a relationship change. Wow, I'm just noticing now all the symbols here in the bubbles. There's that right brain. Look at all the like math-like, astrology-like. Is that what's got you dancing around here? You're kind of fighting your right brain here. You're trying to predict the future. If I say yes, this is going to happen. If I, but if I go this way, this might happen. Like, are you trying to control too much right now? Yeah, look at you over your magic crystals here. Your left brain here is trying to throw in some magic here, but look where you're pushing it. Look where it goes. And you're sticking here to the knowledge, just the facts here from the right brain as you're trying to manifest. And you need a little bit of magic when you're manifesting. So that's what this is all about. You've intrigued me, group number 2. I'm thoroughly intrigued here. Right-brained. Are you talking yourself out of something? Maybe that's why you're kind of going in this circle, right? I was saying you're kind of doing a dance here, flirting with an idea. Just looking down at my notes here, I take my first note for your description. The first group was distraction or distracting, and now I have doing a dance. I wonder what group number 3's kind of common title will be, if they'll stay in this kind of letter D playfulness here. I'm also going to write flirting with an idea, though. I think that's why you're getting really logical, planning, right? You're flirting with an idea, mapping something out. I just revisited a couple projects today with my supportive AI chatbots, Halo, Quill, and Finch. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot their names. So I looped back with them on 3 side projects working through. And there is a little bit of magic because it's a little interest or passionate idea I had. But today was all about kind of mapping a a plan work? Like if I was going to pursue one or all three ideas, how do I get myself there? So I wonder if you've done that. Maybe you're sitting down end of year here, and you are doing your future outlook, future planning. Maybe you're doing some goal planning, but there's this request here from the angels of this magic here that's getting tossed aside. I don't know what this is. Okay. Where are we going to start? I think we're going to start down here because we have 22, and we've got 2, 2, and we've got 2 cards here. So let's go here. They're with the dolphin, and the dolphin's sitting on past issues that are impacting the present. And we have this blue emotional tile color. So we know we're starting with the emotion, which I said sort of the heart center here. So it could be like I just described, inspiration, because we have the dolphin, right? This is a playful dolphin. You know, sometimes they're jumping out of the water. Sometimes they're trying to swim fast, like they're racing, right? Sometimes they're rolling over on their side and waving to you up on the boat or up on the shore, dock, wherever you might be. So, you know, there's not one wrong way to approach playing with an idea, trying something out, right? Testing the waters, as they say here, kind of what the dolphins do. I like this. So kind of leaping forward, right? Dolphins are always forward momentum as well. You know, you always see them playing up or playing forward. Even if they spin around, it's to kind of do a twirl and come right back to you. So let's see. Move forward from any kind of past hang up. A lot of water analogy here. We've got the fish that are kind of Piscean in symbol, dolphin. Now we have the goldfish, the koi fish, mermaid. So I know water obviously is an emotional space, but the fact that there's a heavy water presence here, it really is emotions getting in the way, right? Self-doubt, maybe envy, depression, right? There might be moments of dips, because look at you kind of looking out, like this is what I'm trying to achieve, but look how far it is. It feels so far, but all the goldfish, all the lucky koi fish, all down here dancing, cheering. No, just keep at it, right? You're wearing the star on your head. Oh, it was group 1. They had a star right above their head. Like your idea here, you've got birth to an idea, right? The red star is also a starfish, which is what she's kind of wearing in her hair here. When I have a starfish charm, it's like a windmill. It's forward momentum. It's a forward progress. Like keep at it. Now I'm really interested in what angel number 22 means. Maybe I should grab my phone and read it to you guys. I wonder if it has something to do with this forward momentum, forward progress. Like keep at it. Keep the determination, but keep the passion, that inspiration, that motivation. And then you have all these loved ones supporting you here in the skies as well. But look what happens with your forward progress. Quick change, you know, phoenix-like beautiful color tones here, right? Transformation. Look how much, now you have a torch, right? You've gone from a little spark of an idea to a full-blown torch. And look at the supportive community still behind you. All these goldfishes, all these support systems driving you forward. And it looks like this season coming up, so the winter season, the December, Jan, Feb, mid-Feb season, looks like a very lucky time for you in terms of driving this spark forward. So don't let past failures, because we're always gonna, you know, get ahead a little bit and maybe stumble, falter, right, as we try to work through our idea. Life also comes to play, so maybe something gets put on the back burner. So there's encouragement here to revisit it, Emotionally, it's kind of what you need. Maybe that's that missing magic, right? So this is a yes, you're right, refocus and get back at it. Just like I was sharing about me reconnecting with my AIs, my AI brainstormers. I had left them alone for 6 weeks, and then today, for whatever reason, I checked in with all three, and we moved forward on those ideas. It's okay to let time pass. Doesn't mean you've lost it. Okay, so we have this beautiful pink, light pink hue. So this is something that is flirts with your heart, right? Gives you butterflies, gives you hope and joy. Makes you feel delight. Let's see, time to be honest with others. And look at the confident lion here walking forward. So this is sharing. This is open up. As my throat chakra closes. This is walk forward with confidence. Let people know I'm pursuing this, or I have this idea, and it'd be great if you could help me out, or what are your thoughts? Can I bounce it off you? Can I brainstorm? So this is walking forward, getting that beautiful support, just being honest with yourself that this is something I want to pursue. Wow, what a fantastic card. Look at you springing forward. Look at that idea, like bursting, right? Springing forth, bursting. Here's the magic again. We've got like these flowers here that look like little fairies. So we have all this magic sprinkled around you, intuitive purple hue. But look at the abundance it leads to, the prosperity of releasing this idea. Look at the connections you're making, all the branches. This is impact that is possible. So if you're talking about right-brained, like if you're doing a pros cons column on whether or not you should move forward to validate this, yes, absolutely. There's wealth to be made. Your lifestyle will feel more prosperous. I think you'll just feel healthier because you have finally released this thought, this idea, this side of you, right? Sometimes we hide an aspect of our personality. Maybe this is a talent that you've just enjoyed to self, but now it's time to release, let others see the confident lion here. This card I don't think this card has ever come out in a reading yet. It's a really beautiful card. I really like it. I'm really drawn to look at it. I'm just taking that note. Sorry, I'm just writing, let your idea out, or your personality shine. Personality, talent, right? Just show who you are. Show who you are, this kind of transformed individual. Okay, so intuitively cleanse your body of this. So now we can maybe we're heading into a more physical message. It could be regarding our nutrition, habits, bad habits that we have. In the first group, I was sharing how I indulged in too many cookies, but I satisfied a craving. So let's see here. So cleanse your body of this. You intuitively know. So this is something that you're willingly do, like I just did with the cookies. I also do that with cheese sometimes. I just indulge too much with cheese. Recently, I indulged with ketchup chips that I hadn't had in years. So just kind of watching that. They are putting emphasis on heart health. I know we were in the center of the body here for physical, so we've had a lot of emotional messaging so far, but now we have heart health. So, just be careful of both nutritional levels when it comes to heart health, your natural rhythms, so sleep and exercise and movement, and don't overexert. So DIY projects at work, working out, making sure you're asking for that extra set of hands. This past week at work, I kept encouraging a colleague to not do everything by themselves, right? It's great to feel strong, but it's also great to do things safely. So let's just be careful. and attuned, and let's cleanse our body with anything that might slow us down, right? Make us sluggish. Oh, and we got the Chariot, right? We want to keep moving forward. Again, some beautiful sea imagery here with some more fish. Maybe a lot of you are Pisces sign, born under the Pisces sign. Now up here, you can see that little monster, right? I think it's just supposed to be the shape of the tree, but to me it looks like a monster, maybe just kind of hanging out in the back, right? That little bad habit we give into. You know, maybe we have indulge in really hot, spicy food, and then we get heartburn. So it's that kind of thing, right? Don't do something that's going to make you like pop your antacid. As I look down here, because this is kind of a sign of like acid reflux. So anything that's going to slow you down. For some reason the boat is kind of crashing into a wave here, right? The Chariot's not moving forward in fast momentum right now. They're doing that upward dip that the boat has to do against the wave to come back down. So there's that little pushback, little something hanging out here in the background. So just be aware of it as it relates to heart health or chest region even. I would say like, you know, dressing warm for the weather so you're not getting bronchitis or anything like that, right? A heavy chest cold that'll weigh you down, anything that will slow you down. It's not a full stop, it's just kind of a slow you down, health-wise. You're meant to move forward, right? Move forward into this healthy, abundant area. Okay, I'm just gonna get angel number 22 for those of you interested. Just gonna pull it up. I don't have these memorized. Okay. All right, so interesting. We have right-brained right up the gate. And then angel number 2, what's highlighted, right? Powerful number signifying that you can manifest your dreams into reality. The magic that you're tossing aside here, the little touch of magic from your crystals, right? The star on your head, that spark of inspiration. It's very powerful. It can blossom into a full torch, right? Into a full cauldron, you know, full kind of fireplace here. I'm just going to continue reading the message here. It encourages you to embrace your spiritual journey, find harmony in your life, and trust that your hard work is leading you toward achieving your goals. We see that with the angel saying yes, encouragement, and this card, the Fool. Everyone down here is encouraging you. Yes, you're gonna make it. Progress. Continue your progress. Seeing this number can be a sign that your intentions are aligned with the universe to help you succeed. It's a great little message there. I'll put the full message in the video description if you want it. But definitely, it aligns. So they were drawing me to your message 22 for a reason. So thank you for joining. I'll see you at your next health check-in with me. Or I'll see you in group 1 or group 3 if you're also drawn to those. But I'll see you next time. And now I'm going to transition and set up for group 3. Lower half of the body. We've got sense of stability, foundation, being grounded, rooted, and self-knowing, capabilities, self-assuredness. Or lower half of the body. Okay. Oh, the charm. Helps if I get the charm back. All right, so group number 3, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the kind of little buckle adornment, you know, zipper pull, peace, love, charm, or in this lower half region of the chart, or lower half of the physical body, whatever is curious to you there. We'll start with the charms with cards, and then we'll get the message here, the common thread, that connects us all with the charm. So I will bring the charm over here. It's just over there right now while I get the card. So we'll start with the charms though. We'll get started here, and we're getting started right away. I'm just gonna wait as they dig out a charm here. They're really knocking my hand here. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but I felt like it dipped down, like they slapped the back of my hand here. Like a tisk, you know? Or, you know, leave my French fry alone, right? When we just go to share off a plate, or the last one's mine, you know, dibs. I already called dibs. So you might be having some nice playful exchanges right now in the health of a relationship. Wow, it's all just up here. Okay. This is intriguing. I'm going to move the bowl then, because the card is going to be, the cards are going to have to come in here. So let's see what they were digging for and why, since you were drawn to the lower half of the body, and yet it's all up here, all up in your head. Or, well, I'm not going to misspeak. Maybe I meant to say that. I want those up there, this gone. I'm just trying to figure out this leaf here. Yep. Okay. A little congestion here. Again, that's a headspace too. That's like sinus congestion. That's the congestion of the mind. So even though you're drawn to the lower half, so maybe you're, oh wow, I'm not even shuffling on camera. Maybe you're suffering in the lower half of your body, but it's all connected to the top half. And see how I absent-mindedly was shuffling off camera? I wonder if you're like slipping out of awareness. You know, you could be cooking and then you kind of wake up and realize, oh shoot, I'm cooking, right? Something like that's going on here, group 3. I also wonder if you're like rattling on. You know, sometimes you like speak in circles, or you'll repeat the same thing, not remembering that you've already shared it. I wonder if possibly that's happening too here. Okay, let's get the one card to go with the charm and see what this connecting energy I'm getting here as I'm tuning into all of you. Oh, 2 cards, okay. Maybe that's why it's peace and love. We'll see here. Okay. Get the cards out of the way. And we'll head into the reading. The charm you were drawn to, peace and love, hope, love, trust and love. This is all about your belief, your belief system, belief in self, confidence. So that means maybe right now your headspace is kind of worried, distracted, or you're compensating, like blocking, trying to block, maybe. Because sometimes I read this as like a buckle or like a zipper pull. So there's an opening and closing to that, right? There's a connection, a closure to a connection here. With the closing is a new beginning, kind of message coming from it. Like trust in this restart, maybe. Maybe that's why you get 2 cards here. What is this? Sorry, guys. That's my OCD showing. Okay. Third eye chakra. So your intuitive direction, right? Your guiding impulses that tug you forward. And then your sacral chakra, core of creation. So there's your new start, right? Here's a pull to a new start. Just intuitively feels right for you to go in that direction. Now they're pulling me down to the tiny little symbol here in the corner. And see how there's like your path of fate and where you're currently headed. There's still opportunities. But look at this 90-degree shift you're intuitively kind of being pulled to do, and it connects in here, right, to the base here of this new source, this new creative center, this new environment. So this could be the health of your professional career right now, and or a personal interest, right? Other than family, throughout the day, what's your primary source of joy, delight, challenges? What gets you motivated? What keeps you engaged throughout the day? There's a 90-degree turn here, or a sidestep that you make that propels you forward into this different universe. See how you're flying from your current environment through to this new one, and it's calling you, right? It's calling you. It's like a sonar. Look at the sonar pulse, and you're starting to listen, right? You're breaking from this infinity loop to consider the next. But in order for you to move forward, you need to have faith and trust in self. You need to have that self-belief. All right, trust the process. Love where it's taking you. Peace and love. That's sort of the energy here that is calling to you. You know that's sort of the energy it's going to bring you. You're going to feel, things are going to feel easier, right? You're going to be happier. Things feel natural when we're in that kind of energy. Okay, I'm just taking a note here, but you don't, the message didn't really follow the pattern of the first 2 groups here, but maybe I'll be able to do kind of an alliteration here. But I'm going to write a leapfrog to a new path, or your next path. Yeah, new next path. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to start down here. So what's on here? Health of your work environment for you. Okay, so I guess that's why I'm leapfrogging, like I just wrote down over here. So here's the new start in a golden ring. A golden opportunity that has come around, probably in a different form, a different shape, as we see here in this charm in particular, which is the trials, right? You tried to move ahead this way. Maybe you tried to move ahead with this company and that company. But it's being presented to you. It's come around again. It's being presented to you in a different way. But this time, you've got it right? Because you've tried all these different other routes. So now you know how to do it, how to approach it, how to see the opportunity for what it is. So there's definitely positive health here. So improved positive environment when it comes to your work, whether you're shifting from one into another, like we see here, or it's just the 90-degree change you do within your organization. So it could just be a new department, new team, maybe same company, but different city, right? Sometimes that's what we need. Or different building. Sometimes they have more than one campus, whatever it is, location, branch. So sort of that shift, but it's something you've tried before, right? You've tried to have this type of level of authority or independence, autonomy, maybe leadership, whatever it is. And now it's come around to you again in another form. And this one feels like a winning combo, right? Recipe for success, as we say. So let's see what the 2 cards are here. Okay. Yeah, look at how the door keeps getting closed, right? So trial and error. And here's you like reshaping. Okay, you're not going to stop me. I'll just kind of reshape my approach or try a different path, right? I'll clip my wings a bit so I can fit in. You're not going to stop me. Lightning striking, and you know it. You intuitively know it. I'm going to move forward. And here you are, succeeding. Here you are in that role. You're a driving force. You're, it comes easy to him to like hit the nail once and it's driven in the stone, right? He's in his environment. You know that this is what he enjoys doing all day. So you're going to find your space and your place. And it's because you're not settling. You know exactly what you want now. And you know now also how to get there. Sort of that creativity that we see here with this leaf. So health-wise, you're trusting this energy, this pull, and you're determined. So you have a really nice, strong spirit, and you're going to get there. You're going to succeed. So health of your work environment, health of your profession. If you're retired, this is you getting on top of starting and living retirement the way you want to, right? The projects, the lifestyle you want to establish and set up, sort of the rhythm, that's you doing that there. Okay. I'm going to come here to this weather vane bottle, kind of spin the bottle. This is kind of going where the wind blows. And it was pointing to this opportunity. So again, reinforcement of you are feeling this pull. So they're making sure they're hammering home that message to you. If anything you take away today, it's trust your intuitive pull to this positive change in your professional area of life, of health. Now it's on a purple hue, so intuitive, your powers of telepathy, your ESP, as we sometimes say, is tuning into you right now. And somebody might be on your mind. So, great example. I was recently thinking of a girlfriend that I made plans to see in a couple weeks. And I was just kind of thinking about her and was like, oh, she kind of got quiet. So we probably have a lot to catch up on. And she did reach out to me with a text message because something's had been going on for the past several weeks. And she couldn't kind of wait until I visited for sort of that sounding board, that supporter. So you might be having a similar example where you're catching yourself, thinking of someone or someone's in particular, or their name is just kind of on repeat. You hear a song that makes you think of them. So reach out to them, right? There's a reason why our sixth sense starts to drop somebody on our mind here. So go with the flow, which means just let the conversation flow. So this is just a check-in. So this is a health checkup. It is pointing at this work environment tile. So it could be a colleague, a previous colleague. My example, the girlfriend I talk about, we did work together a couple times, 2 different places. We don't now, but we have a friendship. So it could just be someone from your past or a past period in your life that you can isolate by where you were working at the time. Yeah, they're struggling with something. So, look at the tears streaking down their face. So they're fighting against something. Maybe they're going through a work scenario because it's pointing at work environment that you can help them with, right? You're the guide. Look at that swan. See how your sixth sense is perking up like, ooh, why is that? Why am I thinking of this person? So you're the confidant. You're the source of advice or inspiration for them in that area of their life. This could be an example of like a new parent. and you were a new parent once. This could be them assuming a role or a title position that you held before. This could be them working at a company that you worked at before, working with a team or a client on a project that you yourself experienced before. So in this case, it's not really your health. It's sort of a call here, a rally for support. So pay attention to your sixth sense when we, like I said, when people cross our minds, don't just kind of wonder, oh, I wonder why I'm thinking about so-and-so. Like just reach out, say hi, how are you doing today? And then see what kind of floodgate you open, right? The tears. So I do feel like they're just going to kind of, oh my God, I'm so glad I heard from you today. Like you just don't know. You just don't know how important it was that I heard from you today. So you're a bit of a nurturer, a caretaker in this instance, which is probably why this is coming out now in a health reading. Okay. I'm going to come up to your white rabbit. This is your soul timekeeper here. So when I get a white rabbit or I see rabbits in cards, it's all about present moment. They're stopping, making you pause, making you be aware and be present and reflect and really take in what's happening right now to you. So we'll see in what area, but your fluffy little white rabbit here, your soul is saying stop and take it all in. Let's just take a pose here. And there's just this like, I just feel like the rabbit's just kind of looking out at the horizon, right? Just stop and look at your world. Just see what's before you here. Like look where you're at. This is you. This is your world now. They want you to stop and look. So let's see. There's a new solution. And the orange tile is like creative juices flowing, inspiration flowing. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at you just really tuning in and listening and paying attention to sort of the downloads that your soul wants you to get, right? If this is the white rabbit, right? She's making them kind of stop and be present. Like look at the moment, be grateful. Be grateful that you just received or you just started this new start. Like why are you trying to rush things, or why are you coming back to ask for more? One thing at a time, all things in time, right? The swords, these opportunities, these disconnections or new starts will all come into you. Because I get this feeling like, why not yet? Like, thank you for this, but why not the other one yet? Like if this was an oracle, a genie, right? Your 3 wishes with a genie. It's like, thank you for wish 1, but where's wish 2 and 3? And they're like, yeah, in the appropriate time, in the right timing. Just live now and wish number 1 being true. Right? So it's gonna flow, it's gonna come to you. Don't try to force this forward, whatever this is. Maybe you feel like you're being blocked. Like I said, you've hit a milestone, you made an achievement, and you're like, okay, well, where's the next reward? Like this was supposed to lead to something else. And there's a reason why you need to kind of pause and pay witness now. Okay. So continuing on staying at the top of the body, even though you were drawn to the lower half of the body, we have your literal crown here. And the angels have plucked a feather from their wings, your guardian angels, and they're clearing, right? They're cleansing. So they want to cleanse your crown. So this is thoughts, this fogginess that I think I felt in the intro. So I think I mentioned like you might be cooking, you just kind of go wherever, and then you kind of wake up and realize, oh, I'm cooking. So they're kind of clearing this haze, this kind of fog, this cover, whatever, because it's a hat, right? Whatever this cover is over your head space here. Maybe you're daydreaming a little bit, and they want to kind of wake you up here. So what was it on? Oh, focus on your thoughts. So yeah, so apropos, that those are the charms they chose. So let's watch our thoughts at this time. Let's see here. Queen of Coins they've chosen. So we have like two sources here. You know, you have the snake that's kind of speaking, and then you have this woman kind of showing you this ware, like her goods here, her coin, her offering. So this could be conflicting information. This can be conflicting personality traits, like seeing two sides to something, to like a coin, right? Seeing two sides of a story, seeing two sides of a situation, of dynamics between others, or literally two sides of a person. But I feel like it's multiple people because you've got the snake and her. So, you know, maybe be careful of what one person says to you, and then another person says to you, and then what they're saying to each other, you know? I don't know why they want you to kind of see more clearly here. Maybe be less innocently trusting or naively trusting, because they're bringing me to the wealth of the crown here. So your ability to see and speak, communicate strongly. So do your best to not get like smoke and mirrors, right? Do your best not to get tricked, kind of played here. See how the moon's behind her, right? The daydream, the fog's not in front like I was feeling. But I feel like you just need to be maybe extremely mindful of your words. Maybe that's the mind here. The strength of your mind and your words is you're being very PQ. You know, you're keeping things close to your chest. You're only sharing what you need to these individuals, and that's a good thing. Like, don't overshare right now. Stay like eyes wide open with the politics that seem to be happening up here. It could be friendship politics, workplace politics. You were really heavy focused here, so group 3 may be really heavy focused on health of the workplace, or this shift in sort of your personal or lifestyle area. But they are just reinforcing the power here of your perception. I think you probably were nodding this whole time going, I know exactly who or whom you're speaking of, what group of people this is, etc., etc. And you're being very watchful, very observant, and you're being very smart with your words. So congratulations on that, right? The angels are making sure you have that clarity constantly, because you're excelling, right? The crown. You're excelling at how you're presenting yourself. So don't let these other, maybe there's jealousy and envy because you're kind of standing out. So continue to stand out, but you're doing so with like high morals, high ethics, staying true to self. You're not oversharing. You're not gossiping. You're not joining, right? You're not playing the game. But you're communicating. You're acknowledging what they're saying to you. You're just not kind of accepting their invite here. Excuse me as I cough. So that's it for group 3 here. For your health check-in. Health-wise, it looks like you're all good. It's just sort of that following your soul purpose, which relates to sort of the professional side of self. Staying present, not being too eager to check everything off your list. Enjoy the latest milestone, really immerse yourself into it. And there's probably a connection here, a loved one, a friend, a past colleague that kind of needs your help and support here. So reach out to whoever comes to mind, and I'll see you all in our next reading.